Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun dun. Watch out, people. This is SketchUp. Yes, I still use Chief Architect, and I still think Chief Architect is awesome for some things, but lacking in others. So here's what I'm doing with the Stream Deck. I'm hunting down the icons. I was able to take the PDF that comes with the SketchUp when you sign up or pay your subscription, whatever, and I made it really large. And it looks like these are all vector graphics. So I was able to take screenshots of them, actually pretty big. And so they have nice resolution as little rasters hiding out here in the buttons. But I need to track down an icon for 3D text. So I might just write something in 3D, like the number 3 and D, take a screenshot, stick it in here. And dimensions. And this makes a group, this makes a component. And you have to hit spacebar to go back to the select thing. So I'm going to make a button for that too. I thought it had to be spacebar twice, but I don't know. I'm just figuring this out. So anyways, that's what the Stream Deck looks like so far. And here's what I've done so far. So I want to build a structure. I'm going to build a 20-foot wide by 30-foot long building. And I'm going to use, right here, 104 and 5/8 studs, so I'll have 9-foot ceiling. And I'm going to build everything exactly like it should be built. It's probably a lot slower than using Chief. And some of these things Chief does really well, like the foundation that I use, be just fine. But you got to see. Let's see if I can show you. I was so impressed. And let's see this one. Look at this. This is from Madik Bim. I think that's the business name. It might be his last name too. But he's, I don't want move. In fact, I don't even click these anymore. All these up here, I have them on the Stream Deck. Let me show you what's really cool about this. He, first of all, he's a structural engineer, and I guess he's accomplished quite a bit of things. He's a Ruby programmer, family man, all that kind of stuff. So what I like is attention to detail. Anchor bolts, but not just, little whatevers. Watch this when I go to X-ray. He has the anchor bolt actually in the concrete with the rebar and the 2x2 mesh, exactly like you would build it if this was a slab on grade. Look at that. And in SketchUp, you can take section views. So if you did a section, you would get all that. But I'm looking at it from a point of view of, if I needed to include this drawing, and I'm sure I'll figure out how layers work. I don't know how they work right now. But I could include the foundation on the foundation page with a small 3D X-ray view snapshot showing this, so that everybody involved in the project sees things, sees what's actually going on, because this is how it's really done. 7-inch minimum embedment. He's got the 3-inch square plate washers that we have to use here in Washington State. And I think this is a triple LVL, 1.75 times 9 1/4, or by 9 1/4. So that's 3-ply LVL. And then he's got a 5.5 by 9 glue lam. So those are stacked. And 5.5, so 2x6. And that's a drop beam and flush beam. So the only thing that I would do different, I'm just noticing, And it's not a structural thing. Let me turn off X-ray for a minute. It's not a structural thing. It's just habitual thing. I would take an extra 2 blocks and I would add one right here and then one here, because sometimes, let's say you're wrapping this with plywood and your plywood runs up here, and if you're not paying attention, whatever, you might just keep shooting and shooting and shooting, and all of a sudden you're shooting into the air, and that never looks good. Never professional. I always thought that it felt better to have these little extra blocks right in the ends, because in my mind it told me that I was pinching the beam in between the cripple and having it just sit there. I don't know how to explain that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Here's something odd. 2 king studs and a single cripple. When I go anything over 8 feet, I always do extra cripples. So I would have 2 cripples, and then, I don't know, it just might happen that the way this door is centered, that just happened to be the 16-inch layout. But I would definitely have 2 cripples underneath anything over 8 feet. It's just kind of how we do things. In fact, on the load, sometimes you need 3. So, I mean, I don't know if you need them, but it's been spec'd, so that's what I did. Frame as you're told to frame by the engineer. You can always go more, you just can't go less. So he's got the Energy L corner right there, where they can tuck insulation in behind. This guy's good. I like him. I'm wondering what this means. Maybe this is a label or something. This line here to this line here. I don't know. He's got the wall labeled. That's very cool. So I guess if you sent this to layout, you might be able to... I mean, if I could see a profile side view of the wall dimensioned, then somebody could be laying it out and pre-building it. And we could always just turn on... It just feels weird, man. I'm not used to drawing in 3D, so it's kind of a new experience for me. Oh, that's tape measure. What am I doing? I want to dimension this. All right, so right there, he's got 9 foot 1.5. And let's see what kind of wall this is. Come on, dimensions. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't just grab anywhere. I'll dimension here. So this is going to be a learning curve for me because, oh, look at that. So let me just explain something. That's not a realistic height. When people do, like they say, I want a 10-foot wall. If you use actual pre-cut studs, they come at 116 5/8, which is 9 foot 8 5/8. And so what that does is from the bottom of the bottom plate to the top of the double plate is 10 foot 1 1/8. I don't know why that is. It's just standard pre-cut studs for 8 foot, 9 foot, and 10 foot work out to be 8 foot 1 1/8, 9 foot 1 1/8, and 10 foot 1 1/8. And if you make it exactly 10, let's just say that's what happened. You could run your sheetrock and you could get 8 feet and then you got a 2 foot rip. But when you get that exact, some of these things don't fit easy. And when you're 8 foot 1 1/8 or 10 foot 1 1/8, you get a little bit of play, so you can put your lid in, and then you can butt your wall up to the bottom edge of your lid, and you still got room at the bottom. So I've seen people cut studs to make the top of the wall exactly 10 feet. Well, I saw it on something that was 9 feet, and it just caused them ripple effect problems throughout the project. So don't do that. This is going to be fun. The 3D part of SketchUp is just amazing. Creating documents for permit, that's all chief. But just having, the Chief has glass house, but look, this X-ray version has tinted color for different objects. So this is way more practical and usable. So there you go. I'm going to cut this video off and post it. I am jumping in headlong to get good with SketchUp. And really what I want to do with SketchUp is, let's see. Let me see if I can figure out how to make this work. There you go. This is from Mr. Larry Belk. And he's been drawing houses since the mid-60s as a young boy. And he has tens of thousands of different house plans online. And so he's mastered AutoCAD, Chief, SketchUp. He's done all kinds of things. And I was thinking about how I would make a library, and he jokingly goes, I have a whole lumberyard in my computer. And this is how he did it. So this is pretty cool. You know, you get all the different rafter pitches that you're going to need, and then you just pick that one and copy it. I still need to learn how to do array, because I read where you hold the move key, and then as you're moving your object, you tap on, or you hold Option or something, and then you're supposed to type in the number and hit X. I did all that. Didn't do anything. So I'm going to have to study that, because this is on a Mac. Of course, everybody else is on Windows. So, but this is where I'm headed. I'm going to have every piece of framing material that you can have put into a house in a separate file labeled, so that I can go get it and build something like this. Don't save that. Starting with studs and plates. So I'll have my lumberyard. It'll be over here. And I'm going to build some very complex framed roofs and see how well SketchUp does. And all the while trying to help Chief Architect become more accurate with what they do with roofs. Thanks for watching. I'm open to all suggestions and pointers and tips. So my video production skills are lame. I know that, but I don't want to be a videographer. I like designing houses and framing, so that's what I want to do. And I will help out anyone who needs it. So if you got questions, post them in the comments. And it's kind of cool because, you know, whenever I get to YouTube, I'll have the little bell will have like a red dot next to it or whatever. So I know when people comment, and I can just go answer. And see that? I'm that much of a noob, but I'm stating the obvious. All right, y'all take care.